Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited you're here. I'm Jenna. I bridge the gap between beauty and business. Today's video, so good. We're going to be going over the 10 ways that you can go from 0 to 100. I'm talking about $100,000. I'm talking about 10K months. I'm talking about quit your daytime job and be all in this beauty business. That's what we're talking about today. So a little bit about me. I have been in the beauty industry for 15 years. I'm a licensed esthetician. I started my business at 19. I had no idea what I was doing. You probably can relate to that, no matter what step you're at in business. And I got a business degree, but more importantly, I just didn't quit. I was an employee. I was a mobile technician. I did mobile. I had a salon suite that I rented. I opened a salon. I've had employees. I have salon suite renters. I just kept doing all the things. And now I have Catalyst Beauty Group, where pretty much I just teach you to not do some of the things that I did. And you can get to where I'm at a lot faster. You can learn from my mistakes. You can save some of the money that I spent with my mistakes. And also something I really talk about a lot is I want you to live beyond the salon. We shouldn't be working 24/7. I have a kid. I love being a mom. I love hanging out with friends. I love traveling. So what we're not gonna do is just work 24 hours, 24/7. We're gonna work smarter and not harder. So let's get into it. Number one, we have defining your niche. Love it. One of the first things I do with my coaching clients is we do a competitor analysis. And what that shows you, more than showing you their strengths, like more than saying, oh, they're really good at this, they're really good at that, I want to look for what are they not doing? What are they missing? Who are they missing? Maybe, they're not really highlighting women of color. Maybe most of their clients are only in their 20s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this knowledge and I'm going to say, hey, there's women that are in their 50s that really love these services, that when they go look in my city, they're not seeing themselves. And guess what? I'm going to show them themselves in my marketing, and I'm going to make services that cater to them. And I'm going to know my ideal client, know how to speak to them, and they're going to want what I have to offer. And I'm going to make them feel heard. We're going to get into that in number 5, but it's a good start. It's a really good start. So you want to define your niche. That could be, if you're a facial specialist, you could specialize in acne. You could specialize in hyperpigmentation. If you do hair, you can specialize in braiding. You can specialize in curls, working on natural hair. So many things you can do. But in the beginning, I think a mistake we make is we want to do everything. We want to offer all the services. And it's like, let me just throw stuff out there and see what sticks kind of thing. And that's very stressful. And that's a lot of work. So we want to work smarter. Definitely want to define your niche, have an ideal client. And then that leads us to number 2, which is going to be market research. So your niche, that's more so going to be like your area, like what's kind of missing in your area. Your market research is going to be the market overall. I will say, I will add a disclaimer. These TikTok girlies and these social media girlies, they're killing it. And I know that there's people who are doing extensions for $10,000, probably even more than that. They're doing braids for $5,000. But guess what? They knew their ideal client. They knew how to speak to them. They knew how to build a demand. They knew how to represent and market their brand. They knew how to build a following. And now they're able to charge that. But for the most part, you're not going to be able to be like, I offer extensions now, I charge 10 grand. You're going to isolate yourself. You're going to outprice the market, essentially. So you need to do a market research study, and you need to see, okay, now that I know these are my services, what are they going for? What's the average rate? I don't want to dramatically outprice the market. At least that's not something you want to do in the beginning. You don't want to greatly reduce your prices. I don't necessarily believe in that, because then you're creating value conscious clients, but we want clients to have money and that like to spend money. with us. So definitely do your market research, and that would be step number 2. Step number 3 is your unique selling proposition. So that's going to look like I break it up like be, do, have. So be, like I am a hairstylist. I do high-end luxury styles for, like high value earners, for corporate women, for professional women, so that they can have like less maintenance because they're very busy and they're traveling a lot. I know that was very, that was a little rough, but it's a start. So be, do, have. What do you do? What makes it unique? How does it help your client? In these like value statements, they're not really about you. They're mostly about the client. So yes, this is what I do. This is what I have to offer you. But more than anything, how is this gonna benefit you? If I am a corporate woman and I'm busy and I'm a mom and I travel a lot, I'm probably gonna want a lower maintenance hairstyle. And not that that has to be cheap, right? It can still be a luxury, high price service, but I'm going to need you to speak to me in a way that when I see that, I'm like, that's what I want and that's what I need. So that's what your unique selling proposition is. Then we have online presence. I want to stress here, the online presence is not just social media. And there are probably a lot of people in your town who are very influential, but they don't have a large following. And I feel like I'm gonna say that again. I need to say that again. There are people in your town, they might not even have an Instagram. They might have 200 followers, but guess what? When you give her a spray tan and she shows up at her son's PTA meeting or her son's football game, she's gonna tell 25 people to go to you and they're gonna listen and they're gonna go to you. And that's where we can kind of like rewire our brains to just be like, I need ambassadors, I need someone with a lot of following. No, there's so many ways to show up online outside of social media. So we have social media, highly recommend having a website. It's like your virtual business card. To me, like as a consumer, if you don't take your business seriously enough to have a website, I feel like I don't really take you that seriously either. If your website is your booking system or your Facebook page, and maybe it's just me and I'm biased because I'm a coach and a consultant and I've been in this industry a long time, but I really feel like as the consumer, you're just kind of showing them like, this is how serious I take my business. This is my Facebook page. Like you need to have a website. You need to be on Google Places. I highly recommend having a blog, really learning like SEO, search engine optimization. How am I coming up higher on Google? What are the words that I need to use? What are the words that people are looking for them to find me? And then that brings us into step number 5, your portfolio. I kind of talked about this in defining your niche. So I like to nickname this the Fenty effect. So something that I actually learned this because I did a complete, I did a case study on this pretty much when I was speaking at a conference, and I call it the Fenty effect. So there's so many reasons why Fenty is very, very famous. She's like $1 billion company. But one of the biggest things is what they did was, well, they served a market that was greatly unrepresented and very neglected. Like a lot of women that had a darker skin tone, you couldn't walk into, an Ulta or a Sephora or a makeup store, you couldn't even find the color for your skin, which I actually, the first time I kind of got into makeup, I feel like I'm like a medium skin tone. I remember going to look at makeup and they didn't have my color. And I just remember thinking, wow, this is crazy that they didn't have colors dark enough for me. And I consider myself like, medium dark, but there's so many shades after me. So where the Fenty effect comes in is when you're doing your before and afters, when you're building out your portfolio, when you're scheduling your photo shoots, when you've, figured out your ideal client, you need to represent those people in your branding. If a customer can't see themselves in your branding, they're not gonna become your customer. If your target market and your ideal client is a woman in her 50s, but your social media and your website is women that are in their 20s in bikinis, The woman in her 50s is not gonna feel comfortable coming to you. You need to understand that, like, when you're building a portfolio, it's like, if you do bridal hair and makeup, guess what's in your portfolio? Not, you know, corporate events. You have brides, you have engagement photos, you might highlight, you know, the bridal shower or something like that, but you understand what needs to be in your portfolio. And I think a lot of us go wrong with that, but I think a lot of that is because we don't necessarily know our ideal client, which we covered in step 1. So getting on to step number 6, we have networking and collaboration. I know I said competitor earlier, but let's just back it up a little bit. I really want you to repeat after me: collaboration over competition. So with that being said, there's so many people that offer what you offer, but maybe they're an esthetician that specializes in acne and you're an esthetician that specializes in pigmentation. You can still work together. You can come up with packages together. Maybe your clients start their package there and they end their package with you. I'm huge on cross promotion. Find the hairstylist, find the dermatologist, find the estheticians, go network with them, go work with them, give them free services. They're going to send their clients to you. They've already done the hard work. They've built out a clientele. Something that I think we do wrong is we find a hairstylist, we're like, hey, I do spray tanning and I just started a business, will you send people to me? I mean, I'm sure they're gonna be nice and be like, oh, congratulations, that's awesome, of course. But in reality, they're gonna probably forget about you the moment you walk out of that door. What people respond to is, I don't wanna say free, but what they respond to is like, hey, I offer spray tanning, I wanna give you a free spray tan. If you keep sending your clients to me, I would love for you to be an ambassador. I would love to keep giving you spray tans. I would love to take care of you. Like, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you sending your clients to me. When can I get you in for an appointment? That's something people are going to respond to. You cannot be afraid of giving away free stuff, because giving her a free spray tan or free lashes could get you 25 people that are clients. Trust me, it's worth the money, I promise. Also, something I teach a lot of my like newer, I have a lot of things I teach my newer clients that are not newer, but they're newer in the industry, is not that I have anything against salon suites. I think they're amazing. I think you can experience a lot of growth in salon suites, but I think something we skip over is there's so much benefit and power to cross promotion when you go into a salon or a spa. So if you go into, like, for example, my salon, right? We offer hair, we offer tanning, we offer waxing, we have lashes. So a lash person comes here, they rent the room from us. They're not in a salon suite where essentially you're kind of on your own, right? Like, not that they don't help you, not that you don't make a couple friends in the space. And let's just be real, there might be other lash techs in the space with you. So when you come into a salon or a spa, automatically we're like, hey, we'll put you on our booking system. We will send all of our clients to you. We will highlight you. We'll add you to our website. So now imagine you have a client base of 500 people. We have a client base of 5,000 people. Now that you came into us, you just expanded your clientele reach so much because you can cross promote to our clients now. And I think that a lot of people, they skip over that. They go directly into a salon suite and then you kind of start experiencing some trouble when you do that. I think you definitely need to like do your research, call some salons, call some spas, ask them if they're renting rooms, ask them about cross promotion, ask them what they offer their renters. That's probably going to be like one of my biggest tips in this video to growing a clientele. And number 7, we have pricing. There's a lot that goes into this. I'll probably make a whole video for pricing, but this is where budgets are going to come in, personal and business budgets. This is where, having multiple bank accounts is going to come in. This is where cost of goods sold is going to come in. You can't have a $40 spray tan, but it costs you $20 to do it. Because if you're paying yourself half and your operations are 30 and your taxes are 10 and your savings is 10, it's just not a successful business model. So a lot goes into pricing. Like I said, I could probably make a whole entire video on that, and I probably will, but you can't be so desperate for clients that you greatly underprice yourself, because at that point you don't really have a scalable business model. And even if it does grow, it's not going to benefit you because you're not paying yourself. You're probably eventually going to try and figure out how to use cheaper products, when in reality you should be growing towards better products and more expensive products that can benefit your clients more. So you really need to understand these things when you're pricing your services. Next, we have marketing and promotion. This is going to be social media, but it's also going to be email marketing. Email marketing is huge. I don't know if you've heard this before, but it's way cheaper to keep clients than, like, it's cheaper to keep her. I feel like that was so rude, but it's cheaper to keep a client than get a new client. So tell them you miss them. Hey, I haven't seen you in a couple of months. Here's $10 off. Send out automatic emails. Send thank you emails, send birthday emails, send holiday emails, have monthly promotions. Like, there's so much money. Imagine like the clients you have. I don't know if you have 6 clients. They're gold. Like, they've already given you their money. They've already trusted you. They've already proved to you that they're willing to do business with you. So we have to stop neglecting that small amount, you know, thinking like, oh, this is only 6 people. There's thousands of people online. Yes, I hear you. I'm not saying that's like a crazy thought, but let's put a little bit more focus into these 6, because they already gave you their money. They already told you they're willing to work with you. What else can you offer them? What can you do to get them to come back? And then ads. That's huge. I love running ads. I feel like that could also be a whole video, but your social structure and your clientele, it's very small. And the same people are seeing your emails, the same people are seeing your social media over and over. But when you do ads, now you can like explode your reach. You can reach so many more people, and you don't even need a lot of money. Make a really awesome video that highlights you, highlights your service, come up with a really good caption, and run some ads. Pay like $5 a day, hire a company if you need to. You could do it yourself with some research. And again, I'll probably make a video on it. But there's so many things to do outside of social media. So many things. So, and using social media to more of your advantage, which would be running ads. So next we have customer service. So think about this as like baking a cake, or no, let's say you're making like bread, and you have all the ingredients and you made everything and you put it in the oven and you're so excited, but you forgot to add yeast, and you take it out of the oven and it doesn't rise, and you're like, no, I did everything right. I added all these ingredients and I put the oven on and it's the right temperature and it's the right time. Like, what did I miss? Customer service, like, none of these steps are going to work. Like, you can't run ads, you can't run promotions, you can't, you know, be like the best lash tech or the best nail artist if your customer service sucks. You need good customer service. You need to listen to people. You need to make them feel heard. You need people to like you. There are 50 other people that are doing what you're doing. Why are they coming to you? They're coming to you because you're good at what you do and they like you. And don't overestimate that. Be nice to your customers. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. I feel like our industry has gotten very mean. It's like, don't DM me, don't message me, like, don't do that. There's so many rules for your clients. Like, and they're the people giving you their money. Like, they're the people paying your bills. I'm not saying you can't have boundaries in your business, but I really don't understand when we got so rude as service providers. We serve people. We are service providers. Be nice to your clients. Give them a great experience. As soon as they walk in the door, say their name. Say their name multiple times. Tell them you're so happy that they're here. Ask them to refer their friends. Ask them about their day. Give them compliments, genuine compliments. Be nice to people. If you don't want to serve people, you shouldn't be a service provider. I feel like I went on a little rant, but it was needed. Clearly, I feel very strongly about this. And number 10, we have tracking progress and, most importantly, adjusting, probably also pivoting. So tracking progress, that's going to look like KPIs. Those are your key performance indicators. And we don't want to keep doing things that aren't working. Let's just be real. Time is money, very valuable. We're not going to get it back. If you're continuously doing something that is not working, you should probably try and do something else, or ask people, or do a little bit more research. See what's missing. See what other people did that was successful. Maybe try and implement that. Ask for help. Have a mentor. Have a business coach. I'm very adamant about working with other people, and not because it has to be me. Like maybe you find a branding coach, or you hire an accountant because you need help with money, right? Like there's so many people. You hire a social media manager because you need help with social media. A lot of times we think this is going to cost me something. Like, what is this costing me? But you need to think about the opportunity cost of how much opportunity am I missing, and how much is it costing me not to have this help. If I can pay someone $1,000, but they can get me, 10 or 15 clients, and the life value of that client is $5,000 each client, please take my $1,000. Like, I couldn't even give it to you fast enough. We need to get out of our head, what is this costing me? How much money am I spending? And we need to start thinking, how much money am I missing by not doing this? And I feel like I went off topic a little bit, but going back to tracking progress, what's working, what's not working. If you're doing something and you know it works, but it's just not working for you, going back to like bringing someone else in, you might just need someone to come in that can look at it and be like, oh, you're missing these. Like, you're just missing this little tiny thing that if you implemented that, it would just crack everything open and everything would just start working. And that was it. We made it. You can go get your 6 figures now. You can go have your 10K months. So we're gonna go over it real quick. We'll just do like a really quick, 1 through 10. Number 1, define your niche. Number 2, market research. Number 3, your unique selling proposition. Number 4, your online presence. Number 5, your portfolio. Number 6, networking and collaboration. Repeat after me. Collaboration versus competition. Number 7, we have pricing. Number 8, marketing and promotion. Number 9, customer service. And number 10, tracking progress and adjusting. Oh, we did it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so happy you were here. I hope you were taking notes. I love notes, but what I love more than notes is actually implementation. Like, don't keep writing notes and don't keep learning and absorbing information if you're not going to go do something with this information. And I feel like I gave you a pretty decent amount of things you can do. So go do those things, make me proud. I would love to hear, or I would love to read what you learned in the comments, like what you're already doing, what you're not doing. We can 1000% get on a call. Like I said, maybe you're like, hey, I keep trying this and this isn't really working, and I've tried that, and I just feel like I'm missing something. You don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. So that's where I come in, and I'd love to get on a call. I'd love to work with you. If you liked this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. If you're in the beauty industry, you probably have lots of friends in the beauty industry like me. So share this video with them, spread the love, and I will see you in the next video.